A rising Hollywood star, landing some of the biggest roles of his career, yet at the same time becoming the target of relentless online criticism. That's the strange reality Barry Keoghan is living right now. On the surface, everything looks like success. Major films, global recognition, and a career most actors dream of. But behind that, there's a different story unfolding, one filled with harsh comments, personal attacks, and a level of scrutiny that's starting to affect not just his confidence, but his entire life. And what makes this situation even more complicated is the question many people are starting to ask: why has his appearance become such a focal point in the first place? It didn't always look like this. Not long ago, Barry Keoghan was quietly building a reputation through smaller, intense roles that showcased his raw talent. Then suddenly, everything changed. Bigger films, bigger audiences, and a spotlight that kept getting brighter. His performances started getting noticed on a global scale, and opportunities followed quickly. One of the biggest moments came when he was cast as Ringo Starr in the upcoming The Beatles, a four-film cinematic event, a role that instantly placed him in the center of worldwide attention. But with that kind of visibility comes something else: exposure to millions of opinions, and not all of them are supportive. What should have been a moment of celebration slowly started to shift into something far more uncomfortable. But the attention quickly took a darker turn.
For a long time, the idea of Buffy returning felt almost impossible. After the original show ended in 2003, many assumed the story had reached its natural conclusion. The character had already faced countless apocalypses, defeated legendary villains, and reshaped the rules of the Slayer legacy. The ending felt final. Buffy had done what she was meant to do. But behind the scenes, a new idea had been quietly developing. The planned reboot, reportedly titled Buffy, New Sunnydale, was designed to shift the focus to a brand new Slayer. Instead of retelling the same story, the series would introduce a fresh hero while bringing Buffy back in a completely different role. Not as the center of the action this time, but as a mentor guiding a new generation. It was a concept that immediately sparked curiosity among longtime fans. Seeing Buffy pass on her experience and wisdom could open the door to entirely new stories while still honoring the original series. It would be a continuation rather than a replacement. And what made the idea even more surprising was the fact that Sarah Michelle Gellar had spent years saying she wasn't interested in returning to the role. For the longest time, she believed the story had already been told. She had moved on to other projects, and fans had accepted that Buffy's chapter was closed. So when rumors of a comeback started circulating again, many assumed it would happen without her involvement. But then something unexpected happened. The turning point reportedly came when Oscar-winning filmmaker Chloe Zhao approached the project. Zhao was known for her powerful storytelling style and her deep love for the original series. According to interviews, she personally reached out to Gellar with a vision for how Buffy could return in a meaningful way. That conversation changed everything. Suddenly, the reboot wasn't just another nostalgia project. It started to feel like something thoughtful and carefully planned. Fans began to believe this might actually be the right way to bring the universe back. And once the rest of the creative team was revealed, excitement exploded even further. Chloe Zhao wasn't just involved as a director, she was also stepping in as an executive producer, helping shape the entire direction of the project. Her presence alone gave the reboot a level of prestige that most television revivals never receive. Then came the announcement that writers Nora Zuckerman and Lila Zuckerman would be leading the show as writers and showrunners. Their involvement suggested that the story would have a clear vision and strong narrative structure. But one of the most surprising names attached to the reboot was legendary entertainer Dolly Parton. Many fans were shocked to learn that Parton had actually been involved with the original Buffy series decades earlier through her production company. Her quiet role in helping produce the original show had become a bit of behind-the-scenes trivia for longtime fans. Now she was reportedly returning to help produce the revival as well. The project also had financial backing from Hulu, one of the biggest streaming platforms currently producing original television content. With a major streamer involved, an Oscar-winning filmmaker leading the vision, experienced showrunners writing the story, and the original Buffy herself returning to guide a new generation of Slayers, it seemed like the reboot had every ingredient needed to succeed. In fact, reports suggested the show had already moved into early development stages. Photos even surfaced online showing Sarah Michelle Gellar filming scenes in Los Angeles wearing a striking red outfit. For fans watching from the outside, this felt like confirmation that the reboot was really happening. It wasn't just an idea anymore. It was becoming real.